What is going on, guys? It is E3 week, and holy crap, some of the games that have been announced. I stayed up till 4 in the morning watching the entire live stream for the Sony press conference and every single press conference, the Ubisoft press conference. I missed the Microsoft press conference, but I've caught up a bit. But yeah, this video is just going to be me going through my thoughts and opinions and stuff like that about the games, and pretty much what I think is going to happen and maybe what I want to happen. For example, I so want an EA Skate 4. If we don't get a skate game on like next gen, I'm just going to lose all hope in next gen games, seriously. But anyway, going on to the major big games of E3, Batman Arkham Knight. I think I went through some kind of seizure when I watched this gameplay. Like, he dropped down onto that guy to do a fair takedown. That's a new game mechanic, by the way, the fair takedown. And he just full on drop kicked him straight in the chest, and he just flew back to the wall and then took out the other two guys. It was so good, especially the rain effects on Batman's cape, like whatever is his cloak, cape, whatever you guys want to call it. It looks so good. They even shown off the Batmobile gameplay as well. You know, like how you can drive now. And the streets look really well detailed. They actually have people driving in the cars as well, as if all the civilians didn't get out of the city. Or it's like other gangs driving other people's cars because they're like swerving all over the road as you're driving through. And the Batmobile looks like an absolute badass, like it's indestructible or something. They even shown off the tank type thing, or what was it? Is it the battle mode or something like that on the Batmobile? One thing I was disappointed about, not in terms of gameplay, but when you're watching the live stream, it got to Penguin and Batman said something like, "Who is the Arkham Knight?" And the IGN live stream panned away from the screen so you couldn't see what was happening. But obviously they panned away because Scarecrow came onto the screen. That was... what the hell? I felt like the live stream was like lagging out or something because it was like doing all that weird fuzziness. But it was so good. Honestly, and we know that the Arkham Knight and Scarecrow are working together, but I kind of think there's a bigger twist here, as if them two are working for someone else or something like that, maybe. Not entirely sure, but yeah, that's my thoughts on Batman Arkham Knight. There could be some other stuff that I'll talk about maybe later on, but as of right now, let's move on. Let's move on to the next big game, which is Uncharted 4. I'm happy to say that I got the official box art for Uncharted 4, and here it is on screen now. Damn, he let himself go. Uncharted 4, enter Chetburger. Yeah. Now, I'm only joking, guys. Of course, it's not the real box art, just in case some of you guys are actually that gullible, which I hope not. But yeah, moving on. Honestly, they actually revealed this right at the end of the Sony press conference. Did you see the graphics? Did you see? Just tell me, did you see the graphics? Oh my god. It's shown the cinematic. It was in-game footage of like a cinematic cutscene type of thing. I really liked how old Nate looked. He actually had like grey kind of hair. Like you could see like grey streaks going through his hair a bit. It looked a bit thinner, as if he was getting old. You know, like when muscly guys get old. Arnold Schwarzenegger, for example. They kind of look muscly, but they don't at the same time. I don't know. But one thing that I want to point out is that Uncharted, it's called Uncharted A Thief's End. Now, many people are speculating that, oh, Nate's got to die. But what I think is going to happen is that Sully is going to die. Because if you remember in Uncharted 3, Sully was like, I'm getting too old for this kid and all this. And it's just it was more like foreshadowment for Uncharted 4. So, I think that Sully is going to die. Something's going to happen. Maybe, here's a good theory. Both going to fall off the edge of a cliff or something like that. Nate is going to catch Sully just before he goes off, and he can't pull himself back up, so Sully lets go, and he's like, you've got to get out of here, kid, blah blah blah, and he lets go and Sully falls to his death. That would be an emotional death scene right there. But that's what I think is going to happen, just because of the name technically. But in terms of like the forest kind of look where it's set, we don't really know that much about it, but it kind of reminded me of Arrow or Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider game, which I'll be talking about next. But what did you guys think of like the skeletons in the cage and all that? Because I'm not sure what to think, but I'm starting to think that maybe the island has some kind of tribe on it, maybe, and they're going to be hunting you. It seems to be going back to Uncharted Drake's Fortune, like its own roots, technically. Do you get it, roots? Because he's in the forest, tree roots, and now I'm always joking. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about that game, and we will move on to the Rise of the Tomb Raider. Alright, so now I have really high expectations for this game, especially because how the first game turned out when it came out in 2012. The reboot, it was such a good idea to do. Especially, I absolutely love the voice actor. She has that really British Lara Croft voice, you know what I mean? It's so good. And I kind of just love following Lara Croft's journey through this, like, adventurous, how she becomes who she is. And the trailer, you kind of don't know what she's up to, but she's running away from a bear. She's clearly needing like a therapist, you know, because obviously she got trapped on an island for flipping weeks and months or whatever. She had to kill loads of people. She's done things that she's never done before. And you're going to need a therapist when you get back. She's probably not being able to sleep. She's probably having a hard time living life how she used to because of the things she's been through. And it seems to me that in order for her to be able to get used to her own life, she's got to go back out and go on an adventure again. It seems that she chooses to go out on an adventure this time instead of like being trapped on an island or something. It looks really good, and it looks like the bow and arrow is coming back as well. The famous Tomb Raider weapon. Well, it's pretty much famous now. Tomb Raider is famous for her 2 pistols, but now she's famous for like a bow and arrow, so I think it'd be pretty awesome if they made a movie about that too. I don't really know what else to say except, damn man, holy crap, can't wait for this game. Maybe we'll actually see her become the Tomb Raider this time instead of like her still growing up and stuff. I wonder how long it's set in the future. Maybe it's like a year later or something like that. It'll be really interesting to find out, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this game, and I will be sure to get back to you. But anyway, moving on to one of the best E3 games out there right now, Assassin's Creed Unity. I'm sure you guys can agree that the first thing that caught your eye was the free running, just how much freedom he has when he moves. He's dead like flexible. Did you see the gameplay demo where he like jumped down and caught the ledge and turned, jumped, landed and all that? I don't even know what to say about that, but the co-op, seamless multiplayer, he seems to be doing that a lot recently, especially with Ubisoft as well, with Watch Dogs, The Division. What else is there? I don't know what else there is. I think it's Rainbow Six by Ubisoft, I cannot remember. But yeah, the seamless multiplayer, it looks so good. You can like cooperate with your teammates. You can just go around. It seems that it's a free roam Assassin's Creed as well, so that's pretty interesting. So I suppose you guys can just kind of run off while I do my own thing, and then you can come back or something. Not entirely sure, but it looks good. The graphics, especially on it, they look up to date. It seems like a lot different because recently the Assassin's Creed franchise is kind of in a bit similar. After Brotherhood, it kind of fell down a bit. I didn't like number 4, but yeah, this one actually looks like it's caught my eye. Definitely going to be getting this Assassin's Creed as well. Let me know in the comment section about what you guys think below as well, and I'll be sure to discuss them with you. Anyway, moving on to one of my favourite games of all time, Mirror's Edge 2. They didn't really show any gameplay. They did say at the beginning of the conference that the games that are shown behind the scenes aren't really finished yet, so that's why they're not showing much gameplay. But they've shown enough gameplay for me. It looked good. It really did. It kind of looked the same, but I think that's just because it wasn't finished yet. It was more behind the scenes that we were seeing. But I'm really interested with Mirror's Edge 2. It seems they've upped the combat a bit and stuff like that. And the free running looks really interesting. I think it's a prequel, this Mirror's Edge, if I remember correctly. There wasn't really enough to, you know, talk about in terms of like how you think it's going to pan out and stuff. I don't really know what the story's about either, but if you saw the reveal trailer from like a year ago at last year's E3, if it looks anything like that, then I will literally just like, I don't know, I'll cry if it looks like that. It was so good. But yeah, we can't really say anything much about that, but leave like comments in the comment section below. Just let me know what you guys think about that game. And we will now talk about Battlefield Hardline. I'm pretty sure we all know what the Ubisoft servers are like when it comes to overload, right? They looked up Battlefield Hardline, they all looked up and they just went, The beta goes live right now and the internet just exploded. The Origin servers went down, you couldn't log into your account, you couldn't get on the battlefield.com website, or at least I couldn't. It took me forever to sign up for the beta, but eventually I got it. It was freaking awesome. It looks so good, especially with the crane falling down. It seems that the now it's more like you're a cop, you're a police officer, and the other team is like robbers, so they're robbing like an armoured vehicle or something, and you've got to take them down. The best part is that the police have tasers and guns, and you can run up and just like floor them and arrest them. You don't actually have to kill them. I thought that was a nice touch. As usual, you can drive as well. You have like a team type of thing where you can, someone will be driving, you'll be shooting type. Oh, it looks so good. That crane falling down though, that crane, damn. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about that game and discuss it in the comments below. And moving on to Far Cry 4. Yep, this is another huge game. Far Cry 3 was pretty awesome actually. I didn't really enjoy it that much because, well, I don't know, I think I got to it a bit late. But Far Cry 4 looks insane. Troy Baker's voicing the main guy. Can't remember who the main villain's called, but basically Troy Baker's voicing him. In case you don't know who Troy Baker is, he voiced Joel in The Last of Us, and he's done a bunch more famous characters that we all know and love. But I don't know what it is about Far Cry, like the series, like the franchise, but every single bad guy in it has the best voice actor ever. Far Cry 3's villain, that was like one of the best villains ever. Like the main antagonists. Or is it protagonist? Oh, anyway, I'm getting confused. Yeah, they have a track record for this. They're so good at getting like main voice actors. This like bad guy looks interesting. He sounds interesting. He sounds like a complete psycho, but who cares? I am willing to buy this game. I'm not entirely sure what the story's about, but it looks like he got given a fake passport and some money, and he got given a gun as well. So obviously something went wrong. I don't know why the guy, like the main villain, knows the guy. I'm not entirely sure, but it was pretty awesome overall, and I am looking forward to it. So yeah, leave a comment in the comment section below like always, and let me know what you guys think of that game. But yeah, there is a ton of games that are coming out in E3, such as Mortal Kombat X. We have Rainbow Six Siege. Got plenty of other games, but right now I want to talk about PlayStation Now and the PlayStation TV, because honestly these are really interesting to me. PlayStation Now, eventually you'll be able to play PS1 games. It goes across PS3, PS Vita and PS4, and eventually it's coming to all Sony TVs. One thing I've got like a problem with that though is that it'll basically stop people from buying a PlayStation 4, because all they'll have to do is buy a what? I know I said a PS TV then. They'll have to buy a Sony TV, and that's it. They'll just be able to stream games. So I don't see the point in having a PS4 if you've got a Sony TV, but whatever. That's really interesting as well, because if the easiest way to think about it is Netflix, but for games. That's the easiest way to think about it. So I'm really looking forward to that. As soon as that comes out, Spider-Man PS1 game straight away, or Crash Bandicoot straight away. Yeah, that's the main reason for them games. But yeah, really looking forward to that. Looks that good. You can search online. Some of the betas for that have been leaked on YouTube probably, so you can just have a look at that. But yeah, moving on to PlayStation TV. This pretty much allows you to have like a PlayStation 4. Say like you've got a brother, you can have the PlayStation 4 in your brother's room and have the PlayStation TV like device in your room, and you can pretty much play on the PS4 in your room technically. It's like it's as if it's a Bluetooth device, like it Bluetooths the game from the PS4 to your TV. Technically, that's like the easiest way to say it, I suppose. That looks really interesting. It means that I don't have to go out and buy another console or move my console downstairs just to... I don't know if you guys can hear the rain, bloody hell. It's gone crazy. It's thundering and lightning. Yeah. But that was my initial thoughts overall about the Sony press conference. I wanted to talk more about the game, so I'm sorry about like how many games I was talking about and stuff like that. But yeah, my overall thing is that they didn't really show that many exclusives. We got Uncharted 4, Little Big Planet 3, and also we're getting Destiny early. We're getting it earlier than other consoles, that's for sure, which is so funny because everyone was like Bungie, Xbox, yeah. So that's really interesting, but I hope you guys like this. I'm sorry it's a bit long. It's like getting on to like, what is it? I have no idea, like 17 minutes, 18 minutes, something like that. But yeah, Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button if you like my video. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below talking to me about all these games, and I'll have a discussion with you as well. Please hit the subscribe button for more. I'll be doing more videos like this today and tomorrow after E3's ending and stuff like that, just to talk about more games. And I will see you guys in the next video.